Ooh, did the stream go down again? God, what's happening? I have 0 drop frames on OBS. Aye. Anyway, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the French Terran player, the Blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. The reigning world champion, the best player in the world, and spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player, we have the South Green Protoss representing Weibo Gaming. It is herO. And we're opening up with a proxy. Let's go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we are opening up with a proxy 2-gate. I mean, I guess I feel like I'm reiterating what I said earlier. You know, Max Pax versus Clem, we see a little more mid-game play. Here with herO, nah, we cheese, we proxy. Let's go. The gateways have been thrown down, and herO, he's hoping for an economic opener. It's going to be double gasser. Double gas out of Clem, going for a faster factory. Delayed CC from our Terran player here, but we'll see what herO can accomplish with this proxy. We shall see. But again, when it comes to our end here, I mean, I have like 0 drop frames, like everything is fine in OBS. It's just, unfortunately, Twitch servers. So for those that are curious, recently we have been casting and using the Japanese Twitch server instead of the Australian one in the mornings, but I may have to just permanently just switch over to the Japanese servers if this continues. Feels Australian Twitch servers, man. So we go. We do have our gases being taken. Cybercore behind this. Going to be double zealot initially. Eventually into those stalkers. We're getting there. Alright, getting there. Gonna Reaper moves out. CC on the high ground. Ideally, herO would have loved to have delayed and forced a cancel, but again, there is no CC in sight. Very safe play out of Clem. Dips into the main. Nothing at home to defend. Probes are under fire. Meanwhile, the Zealots have to commit. They're going for the add-on. Can he break through? Clutch repairs, but limited service area. Yeah, the wall is under fire. Back at home. Probes are going down. Getting 2 probe kills already. 2 probes do full shield, but he's done. herO, he defends. He defends, and can he knock down that wall? Stalkers are on the way. They can maybe focus on some of the SCVs. First Zealot is going to go down. Going for the Marines. Yeah, Cyclone's on the way as well, and Clemmy's holding. Clemmy's holding on. He does knock the Zealot over. Let's go. Does not go over the wall. Is going to be shut down. And with the route of the Cyclone, he should be fine. Gets a lock on the Zealots. Nope. Getting 3 SCVs. And it is a bit of a messy defense here, but a defense nonetheless. As Zealots are cleaned up, herO has to back off. Behind this, as a reminder, his production is out in the open. herO is committed, making more Stalkers. So far, Clem hasn't really sustained any major losses, just 3 SCV kills. As herO is still committed. Still trying to rally. Oh. Catching out the Zealots, catching out the Adepts. Now we're up to 2 Cyclones. As the Cyclone count gets higher, I mean, things are getting more and more bleak here for herO. Clem could even try to chase this down. That tank is on the way. And Clem is just ensuring there is no expansion. He's in position. Forcing a defensive warp in. herO trying to transition out of this, trying to expand. And here's behind. He's in a rough place. Now, I say that the goal for herO at this point is contain. If he can delay the natural for as long as possible and get his own up and running, then he can recover. But as I say that, nice force field. Shuts down the Marines. The Marines going down. Tank does siege. Adept shades in. And Clem expands. Again, it was all about delaying the expansion. Massive tank shots going off. Brutal losses here for herO. As Stalkers are going down, the lock-ons are insane. And here he can only micro so much against this. Yeah, the Cyclones, they barely survive. And the problem here is that here he can't just back off. He needs to get some kind of damage. He gets an SCV. It's something. Oh god. Esports back. GG gets called. Not enough damage. And Clem, he will take game number 1. GG. GG will play it again. herO, he was hoping for Clem to have gone for something more economic. As a reminder, Clem, he opened up double gas. Double gas opener, what does that mean? That means a delayed CC, a faster factory, which means faster Cyclones as well. Likewise, Clem, when he did expand, he went for the CC on the high ground. So just really safe play there out of Clem. And herO, of course, he blindly went proxy 2 gates. Clem blindly opened up very safely, and yeah, with that, Clem, he started things off with a massive advantage, massive lead. There was always potential for herO to maybe get some SCVs and still break into the main, but Clem had just some very secure control, very secure micro. GG. GG, well played. Clem, he defends, and Clem takes the lead. Now we're getting into game number 2. I don't expect a proxy 2 gate at all in this series from here on forward. Even if we go all the way to the ace match, I don't expect it this once again. It's usually something you do once in a series. Now we're loading into Amygdala. Let's go. One of the larger maps of the map pool. Here we go. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Amygdala, we have our French Terran player, our blue Terran, representing Team Liquid, leading the series 1-0. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player representing Weibo Gaming, WBG. It is herO. Same as he was. Why does herO keep trying this against Clem? I mean, again, here he was just hoping that Clem would maybe just be a little bit overconfident and open up more economically. I mean, really wise of Clem to play safe. I feel like if you're up against herO, just play safe, just calm down. No need to take a risk. Now, if we did see something more economic, then Amygdala would make sense, just because the rush distance by ground is longer. But despite that, yeah, double gas. Double gas opener, 2 games in a row. Despite the size of the map, Clem still playing it a little bit safer here, closer to the chest. We might even see a CC on the high ground again. Might even see that again here. Meanwhile, herO this time, no proxy. No proxy. Going for his own natural. Going for a gate expand. This I like. Straight up gate expand here from herO before the cybercore. So herO cutting corners, opening up a little bit more greedily here, more economic. Likewise, Clem going to be going reactor first. So no SCV scout, no Reaper scout, reactor first. Into factory. Into a later Hellion scout. And again, this is often seen here by a lot of the top Terran players in TvP, especially on these larger maps. Just a different way of being greedy in a sense. Can be risky, don't get me wrong. Oh, actually, never mind, going Reactor Reaper, okay. I assumed we were just going to go straight into Marine into a CC. Reactor Reaper initially. We'll see if herO can keep up. As that command center on the way. Have our Reaper Hellion here in production for Clem. Likewise, herO didn't probe scout either. Twilight counts are open out of herO, working towards Blink. He is on patrol. Clem initially scouting for proxies. Making sure he's safe. Checking the standard proxy locations. And he's waiting for his second wave. Getting up to 4 Reapers and 2 Hellions. And ideally this army does want to get into a mineral line. Does want to wreak havoc. Here he's going to be lacking SimCity here at the natural. This pylon was further back. Getting up into his 2-gate setup. Hallucination does confirm the 1-1-1. Here comes the initial army. Shield battery's done. Likewise, there's also a force field. He has a sentry. Reapers 8 damage to the main. It's going to be here to split up between the main base and the natural. Threads the mineral line. Hellions diving in. Going for the Stalker. And he barely does not get it. Whew, does pull away in time, but alas, the Hellions, they bust into the mineral line and probes are going down. Getting 3 probes so far. Do they line up? They somewhat line up. Oh my god. Another volley doesn't go up. 3 probe kills is okay damage, but it's a one-way trip, and then there's no way out of this. Reapers are being shut down, and he will lose everything. That was a 4 Reapers and 2 Hellions for 5 probes, almost a 1-to-1 trade. Not ideal. herO holds, herO defends. And Clem backs off. Now, at least Clem got some scatting information, true. It's going to be, what, 2 gate blink? 2 gateways so far to herO. Did I say, oh my god, that also expecting. I mean, of course, he has 2 more gases, so very gas intensive. He will delay his 3rd base in favor of a Robo, not into Colossus, but a Robo into a Templar Archives instead. Into Storm. Let's go. Clem, he didn't see the gases, so he doesn't know how tech heavy his opponent's being. For all he knows, there could be a 3rd base. 3rd is now on the way. But again, it's a 3rd base after the tech, not before. So this is more tech heavy out of herO. Clem back at home, getting ready for a Stalker counterattack. He's got his tanks building up. Liberator's moving out. And he was just chilling at home. Just chilling back at home. Here comes that storm. And I'm waiting for that War Prism alongside this. Here it comes. Here comes the Prism. Oh, do you see what I see? I see a Storm drop, Pappy. Let's go. Let's go. Storm drop going to be on the way. Clem, meanwhile, headed towards that natural. Stalkers are somewhat in position. You ready for this? Clem behind this going for a 3rd CC. Building up towards the mid game. And embracing his bio. Just building up at the moment, waiting for that War Prism. Here we go, it has arrived. We load up, and we push across the map. Only 1 High Templar. I would have assumed 2. Never mind. There we go. I was like, what's going on? We're leaving them behind, Pappy. There we go. 2 High Templar moving out for the Storm drop, as we did mention. Oh, never mind. On patrol. Waiting for what comes next. I mean, Clem is just going to be establishing his 3rd. And herO doesn't move out. We're chilling. Chilling back at home. Massive gateway explosion. Getting to charge lots. And herO being a little more tentative instead. Does stay back. He's building up his army. And we're just going to expand. Okay, we're just chilling out. Taking a 3rd base. Both players are. Now here comes the War Prism. The Observer does get eyes on the main army. And herO, he's going for the bio? Okay. Oh, gets a feedback. Not bad. Pulls the feedback off. The rest of the army's on the way. He does reinforce. He does try to commit. Storms a zone away. They zone for now. As a reminder, we have 9 gateways behind this, if I'm not mistaken. 10 gateways even. Jesus. They get him to 10 gateways. Does dive in. Diving on the tanks. Tanks are exposed, and they're going down. And herO, he does break through. He's got a couple storms left. Oof. Shuts down the Marines. The tank does hold, though. And Clem, he defends. Barely. I mean, he's down to 2 Marauders and 1 tank. But he's holding on. He's surviving. Alas, herO, he's not done. Another warping of Zealots. Going for the tank. This time he will get it. Massive storms. Storms do connect. But the Marauders, they survive. And with reinforcements, it looks like Clem, he's going to shut this down. I mean, I thought herO had enough initially, but never mind. Liberation has arrived. He has freedom. Reinforcements as well. Boys are being pulled. A couple of SCs are falling. But now with 2 Liberators, Clem holds. Only losing 4 SCVs. Impressive. Clem, calm down. I mean, you could argue that the attack from here was a little bit lopsided as he was still like rallying reinforcements across the map. But still, Clem, he does hold. Maintains a greater economy. And here, remember, he had built up to 10 gateways for this push. He's still moving in. Oh. Going for the storm. Again, he gets 1 Marine. The Marauders, they can take the storms to the face. They're fine. They can tank the storms. Server goes down. 1 of them. herO continuing to reinforce. Moving in. Double Forge behind this. Trying to build up his upgrades. Trying to catch up. Oh, better storms here on the bio. Okay, storms, they do pop up. herO diving on top of the army. Trying to drag those mine shots. And he does get into the mineral line. I should say he's trying to. Ooh, another storm. And Clem being zoned away. Despite that, boys are being pulled after the storms run out. There's 1 storm left. Oh my god. Takes down 9 SCVs. Not a bad storm. Despite that, Clem is still ahead. He still has a better worker count, a better economy, has mules as well. Clem holds. And here he just lost his War Prism. No more reinforcements. Ooh. No more reinforcements to herO. He's playing with fire. He has to get the hell out of here. Observer gets sniped. herO getting a 4th base. And we're building up. Now, as we settle into a longer game state, Clem, he does have a lead. Whether it comes to his economy, whether it comes to his tech, he's got 2-2 on the way. Ghost production has begun. herO, he's just now getting into 1-1 upgrades. Remember, he did skip his forges, did skip all of his upgrades in favor of that timing. It was basically a 3-base all-in. He had to do more damage. He was hoping to kill Clem, and he failed to do so. So as time goes on, it's getting better and better for our Terran player. Things looking more dire for herO. He can still pop up with those storms, don't get me wrong, but still just a lot of pressure on him. As the War Prism has arrived, herO is still reinforcing. No gases at the 3rd. No gases at the 4th. Just mass Zealot behind this. Mass Charge Thoughts. Just trying to bait out those Widow Mines. Going for the Storm Dive. Up, up. Oh my god. Be careful. Scan reveals the 4th. Clem is aware. Zoning Storm in the bio. There's 2 storms left. Get an okay feedback. Observer goes down once again. And here he cannot push into this, not head on. Clem is breaking out. Here he does try to commit. Dives on the army. Not quite worth it. Clem is going to expose himself as he expands. So here he can dive with the army. The Widow Mines are a little bit too far behind. Catching out Marauders. Almost a ghost. So fighting here out of the open is maybe the best chance for herO. As he pulls back. Does pull away. Clem moves out. Widow Mines are repositioning. Still plenty of storms. That's a lot of mines though. Yeah, mine shots, they bubble, they shut down the Zealots! Yeah, Zealots, they just melt. 19 piece here on the High Templar. Storms are denied. And here he plummets in supply. There's no storms behind this. EMPs were insane. Then they're once again pulling away. Does pull back. Another storm coming in. And decent storm on the Marines. Again, Clem does hold. Here is still reinforcing, still pushing in. We have a Robo on the way. Bay as well, working towards Colossus. Trying to work towards a more consistent form of splash damage. Right now, just heavily reliant on these storms. They have not been good enough. The armies, they dance with each other. herO going for his own drop. Still almost on the way. herO, he does spot the drop. And both players are maxing out. But again, we have 3-3 on the way for Clem. Still has the greater upgrades. Nice EMP. herO is going to commit. Diving on the army. Does dive in. Takes some mind shots to the face. But he's getting on top of the ghost. Vikings forced to in. Massive storm on the Vikings. Immortals, they shut down the planetary. And Clem's being forced back. At the same time, going for a counterattack. Storm zoning away, forcing the recall. Clem, he commits. Oh, he does. The medevac survives. Jumps into the main. Getting more economic damage, and he's pushing towards that north base as well. Clem, he has map control, he has momentum. herO's out of position. Clem, he doesn't know about top left. Doesn't know about the expansion. Does commit in. Denies the warp in. Takes down the pylon. Warp in is denied. Immortals are exposed. It takes down one. Takes down two. So Immortals do fall. But the base is being saved. Oh my god, the mine shots are brutal. But herO, he's holding. He's holding on. Again, Clem, he hasn't scouted that fresh mining base. He's not aware. Still out trading herO, though. herO did at least kill the fourth. Now being retaken. As Clem up, he doesn't. He's denied the scouts. So they're not trading those stalkers. herO working towards disruptors, not Colossus. First disruptor has arrived. The scan still didn't reveal the production. And Clem retreats. Clem, he backs off, rebuilding his fourth. Double expanding, going for the gold. And even though herO is down in supply, I mean, thanks to the base that's been left alone, he can still recover. And again, disruptors that can make up for a smaller army as well. Novas, they can pop off. herO, he rotates. So does Clem. Clem taking the fifth. herO, he has to be careful to be surrounded. Clem stims in. And who's surround two? So I'll say collapse in the army. Two Novas are available. Nice EMPs though. Trades well against the Zealots. The armies, they back off. The retreat. Nova takes down the ghost. 3 Novas left. Down to 2. Oh, these are brutal losses here for herO, bleeding out 2 disruptors. 3 disruptors down to 1. 1 disruptor left. That's going to be targeted down. Losing all 4 disruptors. Ay, ay, ay. Don't like this. Oh, the mine shots are brutal. The Zealots, they just crumble. And Clem is pushing in. And there's nothing to stop him. There's no storm. There's no disruptors. 1 disruptor rallies in. It's going to go down as well. And Clem has done it. He has broken the back of herO. There's 1 High Templar warping in. He's got 1 storm. Now another. Does have the NG overcharge. He won't save the base. He won't save the expansion. I mean, hero's economy has been sustaining him for this long, but losing all those disruptors was brutal. He had potential, but only potential. As Clem, he's not backing up. He's not slowing down. Takes down another base. herO taking Clem's expansion. Let's go. Doing what he can. And hey, he's gonna get some SCVs, but not the most important mining base here from Clem. Does race back home. Turns back around. 7 SCV kills. Not bad. Cash some reinforcements. Diving on the libs. Just a handful of units here. And the Colossus has arrived. Just herO doing what he can to buy time. At the same time, though, Clem, he forces the recall. And this expansion should be a tell. Should be like, oh, sorry, Clem should be like, hey, why are you taking the space? Oh, you have top left. You have to. You must. Say, oh, I see. I mean, herO with a couple of well-placed nerves, he can still try to pull this off. He can bring it back. Once again, diving on the army. Mind shots popping up. Forcing back the bio. Once again, here he's committed. Zones the army away, takes down the CC. Gets an expansion. Meanwhile, Clem comes in from behind. Massive storm. Oh my god. Takes the storm to the face. herO, he trades well. But he did lose everything here. Lost a High Templar, lost the Disruptors, down to 1 Colossus. It was still a costly trade. He's not stopping, he's not slowing down. He's pretty committed here. And can he get on top of the production? Takes down the bunker. Mind shot popping up. The longer this goes on, the better it's going to be for Clem. The boys are being pulled. And massive EMP. Takes down all the Immortals, a Colossus as well. Brutal losses for herO. He's still going though. He's still sending it. Remember, a lot of the army suppliers and medevacs. Not in the bio. Ah, but it's still going to be too much. He holds. Oh my god, the warp-ins. Warping in 10 zealots at a time. No shot. Can herO do this? Can he bring this back? Can he reset the ghost count? Once again, diving in. Mind shots take off. Nice kiting here out of Clem. He's running out of steam. Here, he's run out of steam. Warping into 8 more cells, and the warp-in is denied. And herO has nothing left, down to 3 Stalkers. Again, his win condition was to break into the main. If he could get into the main base and get on top of the production, he could have won the game. Despite the economy, despite all these bases, that would have been a killing blow. But alas, Clem, he holds. Clem, he holds on. He survives. He perseveres, and he breaks the expansion. GG gets called, and Clem will take a 2-0 lead in the grand finals. GG. Clem will take a lead. Again, here he was like borderline all in on the entire game. As a reminder, initially he went for an 10 gate kind of storm timing. Just committed here at the third base where he somewhat traded but wasn't quite able to get the damage he was hoping for. From there he fell behind. He did sneak out another expansion though, which was able to allow him to recover. Was able to maintain himself. And when he got into his disruptors, he had potential, but we saw it was a little bit lackluster. He was losing so many disruptors throughout the course of that mid-game. So despite that, he wasn't able to recover. Still was quite close towards the end, as he was so close to breaking into the main, but alas, Clem, he pulled the boys. He survived. Did make it. GG. With that, we're loading into Game 3. I'm hoping for an extended series. I'm hoping for a back and forth. We have seen herO force the ace match out of Clem before, and we've even seen herO defeat Clem before in recent months. But alas, he's up against the wall, and Clem, he only needs one more win here to claim the series and become this week's WardiTV Monday champion. One more game is all he needs. Let's go. As we're loading into one of the larger maps of the map pool, we're loading into King's Cove. Again, one of the more vetoed maps as well, but in a best of 5, less vetoes. True. We did not see Abyssal Reef at all this tournament. No Abyssal Reef, no Neo Violet Square. I mean, for good reason, but not at all. As spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of King's Cove, we have the French Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Team Liquid, leading the series 2-0. It is Clem. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player representing Weibo Gaming, WBG. It is herO. Why didn't herO rest on the Zico lead? Because then he wouldn't be herO, then he would be Max Pax. He had to commit, Pappy. But there was a lot of urgency on herO, just to reiterate what was happening. Despite herO maybe like sneaking out an extra base here and there and having an economy that allowed him to sustain himself, the reality is that the upgrades of tech was not in favor of herO, so there was just so much pressure on him to push in, to trade, to fight, which is why he just was unrelenting there. And hey, at times he almost broke Clem. Almost did break him. Now though, we're settling into King's Cove. Again, one of the larger maps in the map pool. When it comes to King's Cove, the 3-base setup is very secure. I'm referring to the natural and the 3rd base. The reason for this is because into the natural, there's a very narrow choke point, very narrow ramp coming into it, so very defendable. Likewise, a much smaller ramp here towards the 3rd base as well, smaller compared to Frostline, for example, or even Whispers of Gold. So it's a little bit more narrow, more defendable, and your 3-base setup is quite secure. The 4th base is a different story. The 4th base, especially the center location, is very exposed, very wide open. Even the linear 4th base as well is a little bit less defendable. So typically we have more passive early games into more aggressive kind of mid games, or more aggression contention towards the 4th base. It's typically how things go here. I say typically because herO looks like he's going for a proxy Stargate. Cybercore is done. Show us what you got. And there is proxy Stargate. Here he's quite fond of this, which is why Clem is checking. He's scouting, looking for the proxy location. The standard proxy location would have been here at the 4th, but he throws it down at the 5th instead. So Clem is scouting, is checking. He will barely miss it. I say herO does enjoy this just because I think in almost every best of that we cast between herO and Clem, we see proxy Stargate at least once. Like, it's very common. Very common. And the goal here is for oracles. For oracles, they get into the mineral line, get into the main base, and wreak havoc. And so far, Clem is unaware. Gonna be zoned away. Behind this, getting to zone 111. Marine production so far, and there's potential for herO. Is potential damage. Does find the Reaper. Reaper goes down. Nice pickup. Scout is denied. Because this Clemmy does not get into the main, Clemmy doesn't know that the tech is missing. Doesn't know what's going on. Here comes that Oracle. So far, a strong start for herO. And we'll see what he can get done. Does dive into the mineral line. SCV is going to be going down. Likewise, they do distract here at the natural. Shedding into the mineral line. SCVs are falling. So far, getting 3 SCV kills. Mine shots going off, but Epshot dealt with. But that's still a mule and 4 SCVs. Oh, 3 even. 3 SCVs and a mule. Not bad. Oracle does survive. And we have a second Oracle on the way. Now, Widow Mines are in position. We have one here in the main. And one at the natural. Oracle dips in. Gets an SCV. Oh my god. Has to be careful. Gets 3. Gets 3 up to... Up! Almost up to 4. Nice damage. And again, Clemmy's across the map. He commits. Jumps across the map instead. 4 or 5 SCV kills. Very delicate micro out of herO. Very nice damage. Gets 8 workers in total and a mule. But across the map, we'll lose a pylon. But he should hold on to that expansion. Fury should be all over this. Does preserve that Stalker. Stalker save, drop into the main. Here he's supply blocked. Oh! Oracle does survive. Here's holding. Getting into triple Oracle. Jesus. Getting into triple Oracle. That's Clem doing whatever he can here to try to force energy out of those Oracles. Rallying across the map. Brings down another pylon. At least trying to. Oh, gets an Oracle. Gets 1, gets 2. Gets 2 Oracles, so bleeds out the entire army. Clem being forced back. Being forced back home, and even though Clem does trade, herO, he saves the 3rd. He saves his 3rd base and make 3 probes at a time. herO, he should be able to maintain his economic lead. And Clem is bleeding out more Marines. And he was hoping for a better trade. The Cyclone's going to go down. Massive pickoff. And here, can he break the natural? There's one bunker. Bunker, handful of Marines. Okay, second Cyclone has arrived. Has been rebuilt. Clem, he's holding on. He's holding. And from here, he doesn't have to push in. I feel like if he does push in, it'd be a bit of an overstep or a bit of a mistake here. Just contain. Just calm down. Just contain, Clem. Embrace his third. Fourth base is on the way. Bay as well. Charge. We should be seeing Forge. Yeah, Forge into upgrades. herO just taking up. Building up his economy. Getting further ahead. The supplies are similar for now, but that will soon change. As everything gets up and running here for herO. And there's not much more pressure on Clem. Now, it does have a third CC, so no 2-base all in. Clem, he will be expanding. Again, we are loading into a much larger map here in King's Cove. So Clem, he might just try to ride this out. And try to macro out of this. Meanwhile, here he has vision everywhere. Jesus. Got spotted pylons or spotted probes. Hallucination or Phoenix on patrol. Oh, catching at the fire. Once again, a much better trade over herO, locking down the Marines. Does lock them down. Picking up how many? 20 Marines in total. Here he reinforces with more Zealots. Clem, he does take his third. herO does commit. Ooh, overextending a little bit here. Again, here he has no reason to push into the third. I mentioned earlier that the third base is a little more defendable. The fourth base less so. So here just has to calm down and contain. Just contain Clem on 3 bases. From here, he can just get a fifth. Get a fifth base, second Robo, double Colossus production. There it is, fifth is on the way. Double Forge. Just calm down, Bappy, calm down. See, the problem here, we mentioned it earlier, like everything within every fiber of hero's being is telling him to just ape up into the army. He wants to push in, we can see. But mate, we don't have to, it's okay. We just take a breath. Chill out. Fourth base on the way for Clem. Decent force fields. Once again, slowing him down. Disruptor production has begun. Second Robo. Fifth base getting saturated. And the only threat for herO, the only threat here is drop play. So nice revelation. Here he has the Observer, the Phoenix, the Probe, the Proxy. Just has to make sure there's no drop play moving out. That's all he has to be concerned with. It's like, oh, but Clem, he's getting into like Ghost production and 2-2 and the army. He's like, that's fine. Let him do what he wants. Just calm down. Gets a Widowmine, not bad. Bleeds out a Stalker. Gets an extra Marine. More Disruptors building up. Here he wants his Widowmines. There he goes up. Gets 3. 3 Widowmines, not bad. And here we go. Now Clem expands, and this is where herO can fight. Going to be reinforcing, and Clem, he will be exposing himself here, trying to expand. Has to reposition his Widowmines, his tanks, and he has to move down to the low ground. He has to move down into herO, which is what herO wants. herO setting for the concave. herO setting up for the surround, waiting for more disruptors. And he's collapsing in. He will commit. Wouldn't mind to get caught out. He just dives on the army. There's only one tank behind this. No Novas yet. Where are the Novas? There we go. They zone the army away. I mean, he has control of the low ground. The tank will fall. Still a rough trade for herO. Does beat out the Colossus. It was a bit of an awkward engagement. Disruptor goes down, but here come the reinforcements. Colossus are exposed. Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, they're fine. And from here, the fourth base, it should go down. herO just zoning the army away. Will zone. Planetary does fall. herO falling back. Nice snipe on the Colossus. The Colossus, more reinforcements on the way. And here he maintains the position. And this is all he has to do. GG gets called, takes out the fourth base, and herO, he fights back. We have a series. We're getting into game number 4. Whew. GG. A very strong start from herO. Again, just crippling the economy, diving on in with those oracles, likewise deflecting the counterattack. And with that, herO, he gained map control real fast, real quick. And all he had to do was just chill, calm down, and fight at the fourth. Just fight at the fourth base. GG, well played. Again, the fourth base is just so, even without the early lead that herO had, the fourth base is so difficult to defend on King's Cove. It's just down on the low ground. It's exposed out in the open. Multiple angles of attack, as you saw from the left, from the top side. Just a very difficult expansion. And with that, GG. GG, well played. We're going to game 4. Let's go. Let us go. So just a lot of momentum early on there for herO. And again, as we mentioned, like the only real threat for herO was if Clem was able to somehow sneak out with like some drops and get across the map and force a recall. But alas, herO, he was all over it. And now we're loading into ley lines. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of ley lines, we have the French Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Team Liquid, being forced into a series here, into game 4. We'll see if he can close it out, though. He still needs one more win, one more game to be our champion this week. It is Clem. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Red Protoss player, the Red Protoss representing Weibo Gaming. Fighting back, one game away from forcing the ace match. It is herO. See in the chat, will there be replays available for the tournaments? We do give out replays to our subscribers and to our patrons, that is true, but only replays of events that we have permission to share. And currently, I believe we do not have permission for this event, for the WardiTV Monday. I believe Wardi gives out replays to his subscribers for this event. We do not give them out to ours. Not for the Wardi Weekly. Just as a heads up. As for now, we are going to be settling in. Calming down. No proxies. Not this time. Not yet. Just going to be opening up. I saw someone in the chat actually talking about Clem's Protoss. I think someone said like except Gumiho. That is not true. Clem, he's beaten every Terran player with his Protoss except for Maru. If you missed out on the bracket today, Clem did actually 2-0 Gumiho with his Protoss today in the WardiTV Monday. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. But Clem did confirm that he played Protoss against Gumiho. So again, like arguably Clem has the best PvT in the world, arguably. The only Terran that has survived him is Maru. That's because they just haven't played yet. I would love to see it though. I'd love to see Maru versus Clem in PvT, just because that's like the only player he hasn't beaten. Let's go. For now though, we are just calming things down. We have our take of choice. It's going to be a Twilight Council opener out of herO. Twilight Council into Blink. And Clem opening up economically this natural on the low ground. So we can calm things down. We have our 1-1-1 follow-up. Reaper dips in, is zoned away. I believe at Clem he did not scout the tech. Not yet. But this time there's no crazy proxy, there's no oracle. I should also wind it back and say that one of the big reasons why, of course, herO was able to get ahead in that fight in that last game was the proxy oracle. It did go unscouted, it did catch Clem completely off guard. And if you recall, did kill, what was it, 12 SCVs? Like 12 or 13? No, sorry. I think I'm overstating that. I think it was 8. 8 SCVs and a mule. That's it. 8 SCVs and a mule. And then he, of course, forced the committed counterattack at a Clem. So just a really strong start. Behind this, we have extra gateways on the way. Interesting. Blink is halfway done, and here he's getting up to a 3-gate setup. 2 gates in the main, and 1 gate at the natural. So 3-gate blink out of herO for the first time this series, actually. We haven't really seen much, if any, Blink Stalker aggression out of herO so far. We've just had quirkier builds. So herO, he should soon be moving out, containing his opponent, and potentially getting some economic damage. Clem dips into the main. But herO's in position, and herO, he will shut this down. Not without the scout, though. Yeah, he sees. Clem, he doesn't just scout the Twilight Council, he sees all the gateways. So Clem, he's aware. He's getting ready. Nice Sim City. Tank is on the way. Bunker on the low ground. Clem is preparing. Here comes herO. You're moving out across the map. 3rd CC here for Clem. A bit of an earlier 3rd CC. We'll see if we can get away with it. herO, he does take his gases at the natural. What does that mean? That means earlier tech. The bay before the 3rd base. And herO, he does move out, but there is no Warp Prism. Just the Observer. So herO, he can blink into the main, but he can't really reinforce. So this is less committed here out of herO. Again, he's spending his resources on his tech and on his expansion. He does spot the tank. Blinks in. Laser axe, not bad. The laser axe trying to force a cancel. Going for the add-on. Oh, good. He'll bleed out 2 stalkers. Not as worth it for herO. Adepts a shade into the mineral line. SCV's going down. That's going to be 5. That's a 5, 6, almost 7. 6 SCVs going down. We do have to count. There is no WCS game heart. So 6 SCV kills. Not bad. Really 5 SCVs because 1 worker went down in the main to the stalkers. Meanwhile, herO taking up towards those Colossus. And we're building up. herO just keeping tabs on Clem. But again, just a light commitment here from herO. Has faster Colossus as a result. His first one's already popping out. herO is still being active. Remember, he cannot reinforce, but he's going to at least be active to catch any kind of move out. Any committed push, he'll be there. Go up. Hallucination gets shut down. 3rd base now being taken. Clem doesn't push out yet. And just vying for map control, looking for the army. Maintaining his 3-base setup. And herO will just take a faster 4th. Just rush into his 4th base. Disruptor production has begun. So far we had more of a passive back and forth. I mean, I should also mention, welcome one all to Ley Lines. Ley Lines is a pretty defendable map here. It's a smaller map, smaller compared to King's Cove, don't get me wrong. Smaller compared to King's Cove, compared to Abyssal Reef, Neo Violet Square. But very defendable nonetheless. There's a little points of elevation. There's a lot of high ground, a lot of ramps, a lot of choke points. So we do often see longer games on Ley Lines. And we're getting there. There's our 2nd rover going to a greater Disruptor army. herO is still just chilling, building up. Both players are. Both players just calming down, expanding, macroing. herO is being active, don't get me wrong. But he shouldn't be committing. Yeah, he's just waiting for any kind of move out, hoping to catch an army. Mainly just posturing. Yeah, calming down. Dark Shrine on the way, getting into DTs. Likewise, Clem just getting a 4th base. We're just chilling. Which is a really weird kind of like change of pace just because this series has been so aggressive. Like every game so far, just hyper aggression from both sides. Here, we just agreed to like no rush 10 minutes. we're just gonna calm things down. My heart, Papi, my heart. Take a breath, build up. Ghost production has now begun here for Clem, or the Ghost Academy is almost complete. Vikings are on the way. And both players will soon max out. Soon max out. And we'll see how we push in. I'm loving the spread here by herO. He's got units towards the right, towards the left-hand side as well. Units are set up. Nova's go up. Nova's going up here, finally pushing in. Both armies are maxed. He's up to how many disruptors? Up to 8. 8 disruptors, 2 Colossus. Now, from here, if we continue to be passive, and if herO can sustain like this kind of army, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing like a Fleet Beacon and a Stargate. Otherwise, we should be seeing a 3rd Robo. Up, speed. herO, he's listening to the stream. He's like, I'll raise you a 3rd Robo. He's getting to quadruple Robo production. Crazy. Nova's going to be going off. Clem out of position. Yeah, nice Novas. herO trading well. But again, he's got 4 Robos on the way. Jesus. And that's so he can replace those disruptors after he will lose them. So he's doubling down on ground toss, not transitioning into the sky. He's moving in. Clem trying to set up a surround. They will send away the Vikings. I mean, he did overinvest into Vikings, forced to land. There's a pop-up. And once again, so many Novas. Oh my god. herO a little bit trigger happy. No more Novas left on cooldown. Disruptors are going down. He gets 1, he gets 2. Yeah, 3 disruptor kills. Nice snipe shot from Clem. herO getting too excited. But the Colossus, they come in to reinforce after the Viking count gets reset. Vikings going down to one after the other. Down to 2 Vikings. Down to 1. 1 Viking left. And you see herO making 4 disruptors at a time. Auto harass here out of Clem. The hero's diving in. The Novas, they pop up. They shut down some of the ghosts. There's what, 3 Novas left. Running out of Zealots though. And we'll reinforce. More Zealots on the way. Clem's still up against the wall. But here he's waiting for those reinforcements. Still just making purely disruptor. Getting up to 10 disruptors. Soon to be 13. Mate, we need some gateway units here as well, you know. Very good. There we go. Zealots have arrived. Novas popping up, just perpetual Novas. And herO, has he reached critical mass of disruptor? Planetary does survive. Novas do connect. As Clem is struggling. herO down to how many? Down to 12. Weird. Sounds weird saying down to 12 disruptors, but yes. Oh my god. Did lose 1. It looks like 1 or 2. As this time the base is going to be broken. And Clem, he can only kite for so long. He's up against the wall, takes down the Colossus. Oh, stims in. Where are the Novas? Where are the Novas, man? Yo, the pickup micro on the Vikings. Let's go. does lift. And what's keeping Clem alive here are the reinforcements. I don't know if you noticed, but we've been warping in back at home. There's no warpism and there's no proxy, so it takes so long for the gateway reinforcements to arrive. That's really slowing herO down. Jesus. Once again, though, like, he's throwing away a lot of his novas. Has to be careful. Clem moving out. herO down to 10. Colossus does fall. Nice pickup. Oh! Nice novas. So takes out some of the bio. Marines are coming from behind. But there are reinforcements. And herO, instead of going for a counterattack, he will deny the northern base. Forces come to respond. I'm so surprised this planetary survived for so long. It's still alive, but for how much longer? Some rough splits there from Clem. This time the Novas, they shut down the main army. GG gets called as Clem is broken, and herO ties up the series. We are going to the ace match. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Mate, you thought the supply nerf was gonna stop the mass disruptor? Nah, papi, let's go. GG, well played. Again, it was a very passive start. If you recall, both players that were left to their own devices. I mean, shout out to herO, of course, for being as greedy as he was. Remember going into quadruple robo, getting a 5th expansion behind it. Again, both players that were just building up themselves. I will say that initially, Clem, he did overinvest into Vikings, if you recall. He had a bunch of, I want to say like 10 Vikings. There were no Colossus initially there. It was mainly Disruptor base, so the Vikings were kind of dead supply. With that, we saw better trades from herO. And Clem was never really allowed to be active. He was never allowed to be aggressive on the map. herO, he had full map vision as well. He had pylons and spotter units everywhere as well to catch any kind of drop play. Clem was contained. And with that, GG. GG, well played. We're going all the way to Game 5. We're going to the ace match. Let's go. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of El Dorado, we have the French Terran player, the Blue Terran, the favorite player to win the tournament, by the way, the reigning world champion, but he's being forced to the ace match. Can he bring it back? For Team Liquid, it is Clem. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss representing Weibo Gaming. Bringing it back here. Things were looking dire. He was down 2-0, by the way, but he's brought us to the ace match, and he's opening up with a proxy. It is herO. Let's go. Let us go. I see in chat, Disruptor's more powerful than Storm. They both have their own role as he delays the racks. Oh my god. That was like, what, 250 mineral racks? Jesus. herO, calm down. I mean, that is significant. The Rax is going to be delayed. Proxy gateway all the way for herO. We'll see if he can pull this off. We shall see. But again, Storm and Disruptors, they have their own roles. When it comes to PvT, there's a reason why you see one or sometimes the other, depending on the matchup, depending on the game state. Storm does anti-air damage. Disruptors do not. High Templar, they're vulnerable to EMPs. Disruptors, they aren't vulnerable to EMPs, which is why you see a lot of Disruptors in the mid-game. But Storms also have a little bit more micro potential. You can also reactively warp them in back at home. Like, it's just, you know, they have their own role, they have their own place. Different situations, different scenarios. I mean, hey, we saw herO make use of Storm previously in the series, on Amygdala, for example. But in the mid to later game, you do heavily rely on Disruptors more than anything because the higher ghost count, typically. But now, though, we're settling in. And again, we have our initial proxy. herO, he mines through the minerals. Okay. Has access to the Zelnaga. Setting up the Cybercore back at home. Not committing here. Previously, we saw Proxy 2 gate. It's just the one here for herO, so not too aggressive, not too committed. And I'm sure he was hoping to punish a more economic build, but it's double gas. Double gas into a faster factory. This Proxy can't really achieve too much. He was hoping for a CC on the low ground is what I'm getting at. He was hoping for a more economic opener out of Clem. Oh, he's coming in for the Reaper, though. Up! Oh my god, Reaper does fall. Nice pickoff. Reaper goes down. Here he has map control. He has control of the low ground. Dips into the main. Hoping to get an SCV. For now, just denying mining time. Forcing repairs. So not bad damage. Not bad at all. Clem micro as well. Pulls away all the weakened workers. And the Marines have arrived. Second depth does come in though. And here, can he knock down that wall? Cyclone's halfway done. Oh, he wants an SCV. Doesn't get it. SCVs, they do survive. And Clem holds. Clem does hold on. Behind this, we have a 2-gate setup here as well. herO, he's not stopping. Now, with this 3-gate opener, herO, he should be warping in. He should be reinforcing. herO, he mines through the gold minerals. Interesting, setting up for the triangular third. But basically, herO, he is delaying and foregoing tech. Like, there's no Robo, there's no Stargate, there's no Twilight Council, there's no Blink in favor of just extra gateways, extra stalkers. Yeah, going for that triangular third. Does continue to warp in. He's moving out. And we'll see if he can once again take control of the natural. Back at home, what is it to defend? He's got soon to be 2 Cyclones. Catch the Marines! Yeah, massive catch. Clem getting caught with his pants down. Marines are going down. Massive pickups. No bunker on the high ground. And he wants those Cyclones. Clem is in trouble. He's in a lot of trouble here. Cyclones have a lot of potential, don't get me wrong, but there's no buffer. There's no support. That was how many? That was 6 Marines going down. For 1 Zealot. And Clem has to pull back. herO forcing his way in. Boys are being pulled. 1 Stalker goes down, takes down the Sentry as well. Not bad. Clem, he's holding on. Cyclone's under fire. There is a medevac. He can micro back. Ooh, Stalker does fall. And Clem holds. Whew. Clem does hold, only losing 3 SCVs. That could have been so much worse. Clem, he's holding. He's surviving. herO just keeps reinforcing. Moving in. He's hoping to catch a Cyclone. So far unable to. As the tank is on the way. And when the tank arrives, Clem should be fine. Like, there's no answer to the tank here. There's no Blink. There's no Warp Prism. Whew. Now, on the flip side, herO, he does maintain map control somewhat with this gateway, with this map presence, and also he's been able to rush into the third. So there's third base behind this, and now we're taking up. Twilight Council's on the way, but again, this is going to be a delayed Blink Stalker. And yeah, herO, he was hoping for more damage. Gateway's going to be knocked down. Liberated to the main. And herO's army is just so immobile right now. Without Blink, it's going to be difficult to keep up. Not impossible, but difficult. Again, he was hoping for more economic damage. He only killed 3 SCVs. Still a very tense game state. And Clem has a lot of potential. Clem, he has scouted. He is aware of the third. Doesn't really have enough to push out yet, but he's waiting for Stim. Waiting for Stim. Ooh, and that's going to be Charge instead. I like this. I do appreciate Charge more than Blink in this kind of game state. Basically, herO, he's assuming that Clem's going to push in. He's assuming that Clem's going to be aggressive. And when it comes to these more open fights, Charge also have a lot of potential to get on top of the tanks, get on top of the bio, be more efficient, and overwhelm. But Charge is only halfway done. And herO, he needs more time. Again, because of his build, his tech is just so late. Tanks are sieging up, shield battery gets depowered. And herO, he cannot save the base. He has to give up on it. The third base is going to go down. Massive pickup. As herO, he abandons the base. Charge is almost done, but he still needs more time. And he's not going to save it. Nexus goes down. And Clem just has to back off. He just backs off. Charge is now done, but Clem doesn't stick around. He gets the hell out of there. Pulls out. herO looking for any stray units. Doesn't find anything. Third base being rebuilt. And Clem is getting his own third. His own third is on the way. Clem from here is getting ahead economically. Typically, the Protoss player wants to be up a base, at least up a base. And now I would say the bases are more in favor of Clem. Soon to be the economy as well. Now this is not impossible to come back from, but the pressure is now on herO. It's on herO to shut down the drop play, harass across the map. I mean, that's what the Zealot run by is for. herO getting ready to dive into the third. Once it gets taken. Has to be careful not to be too premature though, as Zealots, they run into the main army. And now Clem knows. Yeah, he's gonna shut them down. Brutal losses for herO. Third base not being taken. herO rushing into his fourth. Does need his fourth base. Clem is now gaining map control, moving out. This time he has his upgrades. He has Stim, Combat Shields, Concussive Shell, +1. He's spotted. Spotted by the pylon. herO trying to rotate. Coming in from behind, he gets caught out. Stalker does fall. Clem is pushing his way in. And can herO engage? Not quite like this. We have more reinforcements on the way. Tanks are sieging. Decent force fields. Not bad. Yeah, catching out the army. Master chunk of fire goes down. Nice save towards the end from Clem. And Clem, he backs off. He backs off. That was a better fight for herO. Clem pulling away. Getting his fourth base. And taking up. Yeah, Clem, he backs off. Now we have the armory in production. Ghost Academy as well. Extra gases. Clem respecting herO's position. And going for the Doom Drop. As he drops, herO, he will take control of the Zanagi. He will spot this. herO, he's aware. Getting in position. He's ready for the drops. And hopefully Clem doesn't boost in. I mean, he knows he got scattered. Like, Clem, he knows that herO knows. So Clem, he shouldn't just dive in. Hopefully. Yeah, he's holding onto his boost. He scans. He boosts in. Does commit. Does unload in time. Or does he? To get the warp in from herO. Diving on the tanks. Tank is going to go down. And Clem will at least trade with the army. Yeah, catching out all these stalkers. Better trade for Clem. Main army's moving in, and herO's being pulled apart. Just being torn apart here. Shows the mine shots. Brutal connections. Zealots, they just evaporate immediately. Zealots go down. herO down to a handful of Colossus. Meanwhile, the drop of the main actually won the fight. Again, Clem, he was able to unload. herO, he was late to respond. There's a recall. And Clem, he has done it. He has just broken herO. I mean, it was a rough start. Again, with the initial proxy, herO, he was hoping for more damage. And it was close. It was a really intense fight at the natural, but Clem, he got his triple cyclone. They're still alive, by the way. These are the same 3 cyclones from the start of the game. Oh no! Taking a lot of hits. And he stims in. He stims. He wins. He takes down 1 Colossus, the other as well. Barely escapes. Barely doesn't escape. Clem is going in for the kill, going for the 4th. Likewise, dropping back into the main base as well. Just pulling herO apart. herO just cannot keep up. Not anymore. Gets off the EMP. Collapses on the Colossus. GG gets called, and Clem, he will take the series 3-2, becoming this week's WardiTV Monday champion. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to Clem as herO. He almost pulled off a crazy reverse sweep. Remember, Clem, he was up 2-0. He was up 2-0 in this series, and here he brought it back in game 3, he brought it back in game 4, he forced the ace match. Impressive play there out of herO. Unfortunately, he gambled a little bit here coming into the ace match, if you recall. herO, I'm sure he was hoping for a more economic opener out of Clem. Last Clem, he played it safe. Despite that, herO, he was getting damage done, don't get me wrong. Remember, he caught out the Marines. He caught out 6 Marines out in the open, outside of the natural, but he didn't catch the Cyclones. And Cyclones have so much micro potential as well, with their lock-ons, with their movement, of course, as well. And Clem, he was able to hold the line, he was able to snipe the sentry, and GG. GG, well played. GG, well played. In the end, Clem, he does survive the aggression, does defend, and from there he gained a lead. Remember, to be that aggressive herO, he did forego his tech, his Twilight Council, and his charge, his blink. Everything was delayed because of that 3-gate opener, and it wasn't quite worth it in the end. Wasn't quite worth it. That's why herO couldn't save his third. Once the third went down, it was all uphill for Clem, or downhill for herO. It's all downhill. Aye. With that, GG. GG, well played, congratulations, and hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Hope you all did enjoy yourselves. If you want some more StarCraft, if you're not satiated, there's some more StarCraft on the horizon. I believe the Monday night weekly is going to be starting up in 47 minutes. That is the more European-focused weekly tournaments. So if you want some more Clem, if you want some more Max Packs, if you want some more Skillus, then do check that tournament out. That's usually covered by Steadfast, Rotterdam, sometimes Zombie Grub as well. Again, big shout to TKL. TKL, he is the organizer of the Monday Night Weeklies. So, yeah, without him, we wouldn't have any European weeklies. So, big shout out to TKL, as the French community has been organizing and hosting those events on a regular basis. Big shout out. And who's signed up at the moment here? We have Trigger. Oh, let's go. We have Trigger. We have Milky Cow. Kior has signed up. herO. Yo, we could even see a rematch between herO and Clem. Or I would say keep an eye out for potentially a rematch between Skillus and Max Packs. Again, as a reminder, Skillus, he popped off in the PvP. So he took down Showtime and Max Packs today in this tournament. And he might face off against them again in the Monday Night Weekly as well. It's possible. Looking at the signups, we have Mana. Who else do we have? Mana, Max Pack, Skillus. Yeah, I see Skillus. I could be blind. I don't see Showtime. I don't see Showtime in that bracket yet, but it can be quite taxing and quite like stamina draining to play in multiple tournaments back to back. We'll see if Showtime signs up as well. But yeah, look forward to it. Do look forward to it. We typically don't cast the European weeklies here. The reason for that, as you can imagine, if you didn't know, I'm based in Australia. I'm here in Australia, the land of Oz. It is 3 a.m. It is 3 a.m. in the morning, so I usually sleep here, and then I wake up in time for the Pigastore Monday, which is the NA weekly. So here on the CranKy Ducklings, on a weekly basis, we cover the Korean weekly, or the WardiTV Monday, and then we cover the NA weekly, which is the Pigastore Monday. Those are the ones that we typically cover, and we usually miss out on the European weekly instead. But yeah, if you enjoyed the broadcast, if you want some more StarCraft, then do check us out, ! Socials in the chat, and you will get a link to all of our social medias. We have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Discord, Mastodon, Blue Sky, TikTok, all things CranKy Ducklings. We're all over the place. And if you are curious as to our next broadcast, bam, we have our weekly schedule. Again, we do cast more StarCraft than anyone else here on the channel. We're live almost 2 times a day, every single day. You may be looking here. We do have some free days off, kind of. Coming into February, I did want to at least have one afternoon off, at least. That's my New Year's resolution, because we have no days off typically here on the CranKy Ducklings. I think we had 2 days off in December. We had like 1 day off in January. We do a lot of casting. So we just wrapped up with the WardiTV Monday. Tomorrow we're going to be live with the Pigastore Monday. Tomorrow afternoon, Tuesday, that is a day that we're going to be just streaming on our personal channels, like a ladder sessions or some Final Fantasy. Wednesday we have the OSC Season 12 Championship alongside the podcast. If you're curious, what is the podcast? That is our weekly talk show where we go over all the results of the week, all the tournament results in StarCraft 2, and any news as well. Like last week, we did have a discussion going over Chobra's interview. Chobra had an interview with Zombie Grub, and there was a lot to discuss, talking about the Korean scene, talking about Kespa, talking about the previous state of the game, and yeah, it was just really in depth. I think we spent like 2 hours talking about the interview. I think the interview was like 45 minutes. We had a lot to talk about. But Yeah, we have the podcast on a weekly basis. We have the Little League Cup. Little League Cup is going to be on Thursday. We are going to be the main English cast for that event. And we have the OSC King of the Hill 200 on Friday. That is going to be a special edition of OSC. And fun fact, initially we were going to be casting half of the event, and then we were going to raid someone else. But the other community caster is unavailable, so we're going to be doing 30 best of ones. 30 best of ones on Friday. That's going to be a crazy King of the Hill, a special 200th edition broadcast, so look forward to that. We have the replay cast of Thermal's 2v2 tournament, which we did admin over the weekend. We have the KSL over the weekend. We have Fire Cup, Sparkling Tuna Cup, plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft to come. If you see something you like, and if you cannot watch it live, then check us out on YouTube. We upload on YouTube on a daily basis. We have a lot of content, we upload like 10 plus casts a day on YouTube every single day. It's a lot of content, a lot of StarCraft. Do check it out if you're interested, as there's plenty there on YouTube. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Again, if you want to check out the Monday night weekly, the European weekly, then do check out some of the other language casters, or again, check out, I believe, Rotterdam, Steadfast, or Zombie Grub. I think they're the main 3 English casters. Sometimes you get like Chicken Man or Dave Testa. Sometimes you get some of the other community casters getting involved. But I believe more regularly it's Roddy, Steadfast, and Zombie Grub. For the European weeklies. So do check them out. Otherwise we're done. Oh my god, thank you so much. Vicious 480. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. We do appreciate it. Do appreciate the support. Again, hope you enjoy the emotes and hope you enjoy the replay packs, which we do give out on Discord to our subscribers. Again, just to reiterate, we don't have permission to give out replays of this event, so we don't give out WardiTV Monday replays, but we give replays of Little League Cup, of the OSC events, of our tournaments, Fire Cup as well. Of most events here, we do give out replays, just not of the WardiTV Monday. And we also don't give out replays for KSL, because KSL, they have their own replay system where they have their own Patreon and they give out replays to their patrons. So no for KSL or Wardi. Just catching up. How can I watch StarCraft without this beautiful face? Ah, este pecoeta. Calm down, Bobby. Calm down. Ay, ay, ay. Just catching up. Still going 2-3 against Clem is good showing by herO. I mean, yeah, I mean, herO, he's, arguably the best or one of the best Protoss players in the world. At least top 2 alongside Max. Both very strong players. Very strong. Like Clem, he might be the best player in the world, but you have players like, your herO, your Max, your Serral, your Raynor that can threaten him 100%. 100%. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Again, stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Who is live at the moment? Who is live? Who can we send everyone over to? Let's quickly have a look. Also, I do apologize for the stream intermittently going down throughout the broadcast. I will look into that. It's a little bit out of our control. It's not like I was lagging in game or anything. It's just our connection to Twitch. Just the Sydney Twitch server, so I'll most likely just be streaming to Japan from now on. I don't typically the Japanese server is more stable for whatever reason, so we'll be doing that from here on forward. Meanwhile, Sal is still sleeping. Sal is asleep. Who else is live? I know Rotterdam is going to be casting soon. We have Mr. Sadsack. Steadfast isn't live yet. We'll find someone. We'll find someone to send everyone over to. I know Gabe is streaming as well. Otherwise, see you guys next time. See you guys next time again. We'll be live in how many hours? In 12, no. 8 hours, in around 8 hours time with some more StarCraft. So we'll see you then. Until then, hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao, hasta luego. Oh, right. Also, if you want to support us, you can do so via Patreon. Our Patreon is set up to fund our tournaments. You can see currently we do earn 372 out of 400 USD a month. We're so close to our next goal. Our next goal is to boost the prize pool for our tournaments. For our tournaments like these ones here. We have Sea Duckling Open, Master Sword Open, and Sparkling Tuna Cup as well. We do host these events on a regular basis. And again, they're all funded by the community for the community. So thank you so much to all the patrons that we currently have. Thank you. Thank you. Without you, these events would not be possible, so do appreciate it. And again, if you wanted to take part, if you want to help support them, you can do so via the Patreon. Otherwise, we'll see you guys tomorrow for some more StarCraft action. Until then, hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego.